we get to work in the future, and it's super fun to work in the future for the right kind of person.
If you truly want to find success in this world, you're going to have to do a couple things that you're not going to like, and it's going to be uncomfortable. But you're going to realize that becoming uncomfortable should be something that you try to do every single day. Because in those moments where you're uncomfortable and you don't know how to react,
there's something that I haven't completely identified, perhaps in my conscious mind.
Or when you grow the most, and that's when you learn who you really are and how you're going to act. But if you keep doing those situations over and over again and you become less and less uncomfortable each time, then you'll be slowly become aware of how you're going to interact with people in uncomfortable situations and learn how you will do certain actions. So becoming uncomfortable is a great way to learn about yourself and others and grow and mature and experience new things, because a lot of times if it makes you uncomfortable, it's because you don't know what to expect. You're so used to doing the same routine every day. Being uncomfortable can be as little as going the different way to work or trying out a new coffee shop that you don't know what it is about.
By the way, it's not natural for humans, so it's a discipline that you have to build.
Or trying something new on a menu. Just little things here and there will truly open your eyes to a whole new life that you never knew was livable, because you're so stuck and used to doing the same thing every day because it's comfortable to you. The moments where you branch out of your comfort zone and pursue new things and try new experiences are when you're truly living life to the fullest the way it was made to live, in a way that you constantly are excited and full of joy and loving because you don't know what to expect and you're learning something along the way.
And I think it's because both sides of my life give me energy, and that's what I would recommend. That's what I do recommend to interns and execs. Stress primarily comes from not taking action over something that you can have some control over. So if I find that some particular thing is causing me to have stress, that's a warning flag for me. What it means is there's something that I haven't completely identified, perhaps in my conscious mind, that is bothering me, and I haven't yet taken any action on it. I find as soon as I identify it and make the first phone call or send off the first email message or whatever it is that we're going to do to start to address that situation, even if it's not solved, the mere fact that we're addressing it dramatically reduces any stress that might come from it. So stress comes from ignoring things that you shouldn't be ignoring, I think in large part. So stress doesn't come from hard work, for example. You can be working incredibly hard and loving it. And likewise, you can be out of work and incredibly stressed over that. So, and likewise, if you kind of use that as an analogy for what I was just talking about, if you're out of work, but you're going through, a disciplined approach of, a series of job interviews and so on, and working to remedy that situation. So that is, I think that goes along, it marries really well with customer obsession. Customers are always dissatisfied. Even when they don't know it, even when they think they're happy, they actually do want a better way, and they just don't know yet what that should be. And that's why I always warn people, customer obsession is not just listening to customers. Customer obsession is also inventing on their behalf, because it's not their job to invent for themselves. And so if you start to think that way, it changes how you spend your time, how you plan, where you put your energy, and your ability to look around corners gets better. So many things improve if you can take a long-term. By the way, it's not natural for humans, so it's a discipline that you have to build. Get rich slowly schemes are not big sellers on infomercials. And so that's something that you have to sort of steel yourself for, and discipline and teach over time. So that's what is Amazon. I would say really it's a collection of principles and it's an approach that we deploy, and it's fun. I dance into work. The cultural thread that runs through all of these things is the same. We only have a few principles at Amazon, kind of core values that we go back to over and over again. And if you looked at each of the things that we do, you would see those run straight through everything. So the first one, and by far the most important one, is customer obsession. And we talk about it as customer obsession as opposed to competitor obsession. And I have seen over and over again companies talk about that they're customer focused, but really when I pay close attention to them, I believe they are competitor focused. And that's just a completely different mentality. By the way, competitor focus can work but I don't think it works in the long run as well as customer focused. For one thing, once you're the leader, if your whole culture is competitor obsessed, it's kind of hard to stay energized and motivated if you're out in front. Whereas customers are always unsatisfied, they're always discontent, they always want more, and so no matter how far you get out there in front of your competitors, you're still behind your customers. So they're always pulling you along. So customer obsession is a deep principle that underlies everything we do. I'm very proud of the culture that we have at Amazon. And I think of it as a gold standard culture for innovation and pioneering work. And the people, I work with these people who, they're missionaries for what they do. They are, if you're giving a great customer experience, the only way to do that is with happy people. You can't do it with a set of miserable people, watching the clock all day. Yes, but I teach 3 leadership classes a year at Amazon. I'm a part of it. They're bigger classes, but I come in and teach a session. And I always talk about work-life balance, except I like to use the phrase work-life harmony rather than balance, because to me, balance implies a strict trade, whereas I find that when I am happy at work, I come home more energized, I'm a better husband, a better dad, and when I'm happy at home, I come in and better boss and better colleague.